My name is DJ Infantry, and I am legally blind. My passion for the outdoors has taken me to some amazing places, and I have done some incredible things, all with one mission in mind: to inspire you to get outdoors. Welcome to Infantry Outdoors.
Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ. I'm the Infantry, back at it again, today bringing you a brand new playlist and something new to the program. One of my favorite outdoor activities has always been to garden, and it's very relaxing. It gets you outdoors, get your hands in the dirt, but more importantly, I don't just garden, I only garden to grow food. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into my garden, and I'm gonna show you how to take some of the products from the garden and turn it into something useful. In particular, we're talking about cayenne peppers. I have behind me a bunch of cayenne peppers that are constantly throwing out peppers. To keep up with the amount of peppers that I receive, well, you can imagine, rather than wasting the food, I try to find ways of using it. So today we're going to do just that. We're actually going to be taking some cayennes off of my tree today, and I'm going to show you how to process and turn them into cayenne powder. Really cool, right? So remember that today's episode is brought to you by our good friends at Silver Connections Group. For all your digital marketing needs, contact them today, as well as water purification products. Pure water at your fingertips. Both of our sponsors are always linked down below, so check them out. And don't forget to use promo code INFANTRY so that you can unlock additional savings when you use the services. And if you'd like to become a sponsor today, write to us at infantryoutdoors.com. So with that said, let's get into it today. Let's check out the garden, and I'll show you what we're doing with the cayenne peppers. Okay everybody, so we're at the first of our cayenne trees, and you can already see that we have red cayennes right here. Now, one of the biggest things that you can do when you have a pepper plant or have a plant that's constantly bearing food is to constantly pick the food. As you pick the food, you're telling the plant that it needs to keep producing. So every couple of days, we come out, here's another one here, and we pick them. Now, as you can imagine, I get quite a bit because we have 6 trees, and here you can see I got 3 just off one plant by itself. There's another one. Ready yet. So as you guys can see, just off one tree, we got 4 peppers. What I'll do now is I'll go down the line and I'll keep adding to our 4 peppers. So let's do that. All right, so picking's done. As you guys can see, in just a matter of a minute, I got a small handful of peppers, right? And this is every couple of days I get this. It's the nice thing about, like I said, when your fruits are ready, pick them. And I'm going to show you something else that's really cool to help you in your gardening. All right, guys, so you see these little white flowers. These are the starts of new peppers. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see it very well, but this tree has a bunch of them. Which means this tree is going to start bearing a whole lot more peppers. So by picking every day, you'll have these flowers start again, which will start you out a new process or a new batch of peppers. And as you can tell, with 6 pepper plants, I have no shortage of peppers every day. So here we are in the kitchen, back with quite a large pile of peppers. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to process these and get them ready to go into the dehydrator so that we can dehydrate them in order to make the powder. First thing I would recommend doing, putting on a pair of gloves when you're using any kind of hot spicy peppers, because the oils can get on your skin, and when you touch your eyes or go to the bathroom, those oils tend to get on things, so we don't want that. All right, gloved up. So what I usually do is I take a plate, I save seeds. Another tip for you guys gardening is save all your seeds. Put them in bags, keep them, and your grandkids will have stuff to grow later in life. So usually what I do is I take the pepper, and I'll cut the green part off. And then I'll take my knife and I'll just slice the pepper. And I'll break it open. This one's not cooperating very well. And we want to get all the seeds out because cayenne pepper doesn't have any seeds. Now, if you wanted to leave the seeds in, you could make yourself red pepper flake, like what you find at the pizza restaurant. And we're just going to do that with all of these peppers. Cut the tops off, slice it. And take the seeds out. All right, and through the magic of editing and quick timing, we have our pile of cut up cayenne peppers, as you guys can see. And the one thing that I wanted to point out to you guys is that by saving seeds, you can see from this shot right here how many seeds we actually got on this plate just out of a small handful of peppers. This is a lot of potential growth. So that's why I save my seeds. I save all my seeds. This I'll dry out, I'll put to the side, let it sit for a couple days, put them in Ziploc bags, good to go. So my grandkids will have seeds and stuff to grow later in life. All right, moving on to our pile of peppers, we have, now there's a lot of ways you can do this. I use a dehydrator. You can use an oven. You can leave them out on the counter. You can put them outside. I just like the dehydrator because I have it. It's real easy. I use this for all kinds of stuff, for my herbs, my peppers, anything that I want to dehydrate, jerky. So we got our rack. We're just going to take these, put them on the rack, spread them out so nobody's touching. These little pieces want to fall through. Oh, we'll get them all on there. Get them all organized. Okay, so there we have our tray. We're going to put it in our dehydrator. Put our lid on. Plug her in. Missed it. And there you have it. Now I have my dehydrator set to 125 degrees on this particular one. That's the one that works the best for drying out my peppers. Check your settings on your dehydrator. Each one is different. And if it takes longer, turn it up a little bit. Takes too quick, or you notice it's starting to burn or do anything, turn your temperature down. You want to dehydrate at the lowest temperatures possible so that you're just removing the moisture and not actually cooking or doing anything to your vegetables. So we're going to let this sit for a day, and we'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you the rest of how to turn this into cayenne powder. Stay tuned. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up if you like it so far, and don't forget to subscribe, become part of the family. We've got a lot of coming up here on Infantry Outdoors, and if you guys have noticed, pick up some merch, help the program out. All of our merch links are down below, and our merch is found exclusively on Amazon, nowhere else. So get you some merch today. We've got some really cool shirt designs out there. So we'll be back tomorrow to take this and turn it into powder. Welcome to day 2, guys. Our peppers from yesterday have been sitting in a dehydrator overnight. It is very important that you want to let these dehydrate as much as possible to get all of the moisture out. In a minute I'm going to show you what they look like, how to check them, what they sound like, to know that your peppers or whatever you're dehydrating to powder is fully dehydrated and all of the moisture has been removed. Now for all of these products that we're using today, I will link them all down below, or the closest related products I can to the ones I'm using down below, so that if you'd like to try this or do this at home for yourself, you can do it using our Amazon affiliate links down below. Now please keep in mind, when you do shop using our links, we do get a very small kickback from Amazon, which does help to continue the program. So thank you in advance for any purchases that you make and contributing to our program. So with that said, let's turn off the dehydrator, take off our lid, and what I'll do is I'll bring you guys over here for a shot of this and let you see what it looks like. All right guys, so here's what they look like, all dried out. And when you play with them, you can feel they're very hard, they're brittle, they're break into pieces, like a stick. And you want to go through and you want to check a lot of them, because sometimes thicker ones won't be as dry as the thinner ones. So, but you hear all that cracking, that's all good signs. So these are ready to go. All right, we have our pile of dried peppers. Next part is very easy. Get yourself a spice grinder, which I have actually bought this specifically for this. So if you go using your wife's coffee grinder and she wonders why she's having a spicy brew the next morning, don't go blaming me for that one, okay guys? Again, this is a spice blender, coffee grinder, whatever you want to call it, that I have bought specifically for peppers, so that I'm not going to taint anybody's coffee drink. I'm sure you could wash it off afterwards, but hey, better safe than sorry, right? So all I do is really just break these up, put them in here. It's very simple. And you don't really have to break them if they fit, but they don't always fit. So we'll go ahead and just put these in here. And again, guys, you can do this with anything. Garlic, onion, cayenne, jalapeno, habanero. When you buy your spices in the store, this is pretty much how they're made. So it's just dried out spices. And then we're going to turn them into puree powder. Get them all in there. And for me, this is just one way that I preserve my peppers. Another way is you can freeze them, use them for sauces later. Another thing that we do is we make hot sauce. And it's just a good way not to waste the food that you've worked so hard to grow all season long. And when space is limited, you got to come up with other ways to store it. So that's where we do this. So we get everybody in here. We got a full up coffee grinder this time. Put on our lid. Okay, we're gonna set it to full. We're gonna set it to fine. And I'll bring you guys in here for this part so you can see it chop up. Here's our coffee grinder. As you can see, nothing too fancy. I have it on the maximum amount it can hold. I have it on the fine setting. And then all I do is I push this button and it does the rest. Okay, I'm gonna run it one more time just to make sure that we got everything. And there we go. It's easy as that. I always tap on the lid just to let everything fall. Now, a point of knowledge for you guys, the spicier the pepper you use, the less you're gonna wanna smell this when you open it. Because it will open your senses real quick. So there's our lid. There's our pepper. Whew. I've got my little jar ready to go. All that's left to do is just fill your jar. And something neat that these coffee grinders come with is this little brush. This way you can really get in here and get all of your powder out. I don't want to waste anything. Work real hard on growing this all year long. We want to get all of it that we can. And this for me, guys, is really where I take a lot of pride in my garden, because at the end of the day, I know where this stuff came from. I knew how it was grown. I knew where it was grown. And, you know, it's just better when you do it yourself. It's like they always say, you can go out and have an awesome meal or cook one yourself. Which one are you going to like better? Probably the one you made yourself, you know? And that's how I feel with growing my food. And there you have it, guys. Cayenne pepper, easy to do, from plant to powder. Couldn't be easier, right? Now again, I'll leave a link to coffee grinder, dehydrator, the tools and things that I used in this video down below if you guys want to try this out for yourself. And if you are growing food at home, I would definitely encourage you to try this as a way to preserve your harvest. Now, the dehydrator is a luxury. You don't need it. You can use your oven. You can even leave peppers like this out on the counter to dry. They will dry out naturally. And if you wanted to make red pepper flake instead of cayenne powder, leave your seeds in and just dehydrate the whole pepper. That's pretty much the only difference. So with that, guys, that's all I've got for you today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing, because we've got a lot here on Infantry Outdoors. Don't forget to check out our live streams every Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube and Facebook Live. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please feel free to reach out to us at infantry@infantryoutdoors.com. Check out our website, maybe get some of our merch. But at the end of the day, thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much for supporting. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you make lots of cayenne pepper in the future. And drop a comment below. Do you make cayenne pepper? Do you make powdered peppers at home? What do you like to do with yours? Let me know in the comments below. So guys, with that said, hope you have an amazing day. Thank you for being here, and I hope that this and all of my adventures here on Infantry Outdoors inspires you to get outdoors. Until we meet again, I'm the Infantry coming to you from the kitchen. Have a great day, everybody.